current rides and building new ones. The island wasn't far from this side of the lake, about 200 yards from the boathouse to land, but the island's rocky shoreline on the east side was inaccessible to boats. They'd found the perfect bay on the west shore, in the harbor of a promontory that jutted out into the lake. He rowed around the northern tip of the island, down to the private bay Curtis and the Kemp family used. Then he looped his rope around one of the posts on the landing stage beside their family's motorboat. The pebbles on this beach gleamed white. The electric lights were hidden back in the trees, but on nights like this, when the stars rained down their light, he preferred the silhouettes and shadows to the glare of electricity. During the summer, visitors disembarked at a ferry platform on the south end of the island, walking up a cobblestone trail leading into a railway station with a clock tower. Lampposts flanked the elegant entrance. There was no grand entrance on the island's west side, but the private footpath ahead of him was the direct route to the office. "Simon?" he called from the beach. His brother didn't answer, so he followed the narrow path through the trees. Simon was probably at his desk now, bent over books containing numbers that made little sense to him. He and Curtis were supposed to hire an accountant soon to help manage their finances. Tonight, Gilbert would help him finish his work, so Simon could return home to his wife and daughter. And perhaps, if it wasn't too late, Gilbert could see Liz for another hour or two. He started whistling again as he walked. He couldn't seem to help himself. The park would be closed for the next 7 months, and when it opened again, he and Liz would be husband and wife. As he neared the small office, he expected to see the glow of Simon's desk lamp through the window, but the glass was dark. Both front and back doors locked. He turned toward the midway, where Simon and Curtis had built their most popular rides. The long strip ending with a boxy platform beside the Torrid Typhoon. Light from the roller coaster trickled down on the park, but all the other grand lights that sparked the enchantment of this place had been extinguished. On his left was the Ocean Caves, modeled after the river caves at Blackpool's Pleasure Beach, except there were mermaids and sunken ships instead of dinosaurs in a gold mine on this ride. The river looked eerie tonight, trails of light snaking through the inky black water. On his right were the Charoplane, an aerial swing that twirled passengers above the trees, and the Scrambler, for those who liked to spin. Wind gusted up the midway, stirring up the greasy smell of fish and chips, rocking the swing on the Charoplane and the buckets on the Scrambler as he called Simon's name. It was strange to be there alone in the darkness, though there was nothing to fear, not like in the cities. Crime in Lakeland consisted of petty thievery and the pranks of youth, and the only animal to fear was a cornered ram. Beyond the Ocean Caves was the crown jewel of the park, the Magic Lagoon, a magnificent merry-go-round plated with gold leaf and colored glass. Instead of horses, sea creatures circled the ride, and as it rotated, blue and white lights twinkled above brightly lit murals of seahorses and seashells, mermaids and mermen, and fish swimming in coral. As he and Liz had ridden the merry-go-round this evening, hand in hand, he'd sworn it cast a magical spell, because it had given him the courage to dream as well. In that moment, circling in this park, he'd realized that he didn't want to live a life without her. There was a sound in the trees, a shuffle near the end of the midway that jolted him back to reality. He started to shout again for his brother when he heard another sound. A screech curled down the path, coiling up his spine. A second owl, he told himself. Surely it must be an owl, caught in one of the trees.